What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my college football week 6 predictions for 2016. I got 24 games on top, much like last week. Actually did pretty well last week. Got back on track with an 18-6 record for my picks. But yeah, so let's jump right into it. First one, Clemson. Oh, I'll put all the games on prediction description below. First game, Clemson, Boston College. BC winning record so far, already better than last season, 3-2. But I'm going to take Clemson in this game. I think that they'll get a big win. Boise State and New Mexico. Boise State undefeated, taking care of all their opponents so far. I think they will do the same against New Mexico. LSU and Florida should be a very entertaining game. The back half of their home and homes from that started last season, and then I'm gonna take Florida in this one. Actually, I think they're pissed off about the way the Tennessee game went still, and I think that they'll be able to get a big win this weekend. I don't think LSU is a very good team this year. See if Leonard, I believe Leonard Fournette will be playing this weekend, but we'll pay attention to that one moving forward. Notre Dame and NC State should be an interesting one to see if Notre Dame can get back to a 500 record. But I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Notre Dame in this one. NC State's actually the favorite right now, but I think Notre Dame's more talented. At number 5, we got number 5 game, we got Maryland and Penn State. Should be a close game. Penn State squeaked one out last week against Minnesota, but I'm gonna take Maryland in this one. I think they continue going undefeated. Next game we got is Iowa and Minnesota. Should be another entertaining one. Iowa have been a little bit disappointing so far this year. Minnesota, I think they're actually going to get the win in this one. Auburn, Mississippi State. Again, another interesting game. A lot of interesting mid-tier games this weekend. I'm going to take Auburn in this game. Watch out for Gus Malzahn's job security, though, if Auburn loses this game. Oklahoma and Texas Red River Showdown. The line's a little bit far right now. I don't think it should be OU by 10.5, but nonetheless, I do think OU will win. Texas just not looking very good right now, but it's hard to tell me, and this game can always go either way. Especially the last few years, it's been pretty close. Georgia Tech and Pitt. I'm going to take Pitt in this one. Very heavy. If you're a fan of if you're a fan of watching running games, then this is definitely the game for you. Houston and Navy. My opinion, the most entertaining Group of 5 matchup this weekend. This is a game where you probably have to put Houston on upset alert, because if you don't prepare for Navy, that option can kill you. But I'm going to go with Houston in this one. I still think they get a win. BYU and Michigan State, again, should be interesting. Michigan State losing to Indiana last week in overtime. I'm going to take Michigan State in this one nonetheless. Virginia Tech and UNC, one of the more entertaining games of the weekend. Should be a very close one. I actually think Virginia Tech's going to get the win here. I think this is a dramatically improved Virginia Tech team. It's just a different feel from this Virginia Tech team this year. Indiana and Ohio State. I'm going to take Ohio State in this one. Indiana did get a big upset victory last week, but I don't think they'll be able to upset Ohio State like they did Michigan State. Next one, probably the biggest game of the week. Tennessee and Texas A&M, the only top 10 matchup. Texas A&M is favored, and they, barring injuries, Tennessee might actually be the better team, but they've had a lot of injury troubles, and I don't know, man. I do still think Tennessee's going to win, but, man, this is going to be a fun game to watch. Colorado and USC. Interesting storyline following Colorado making the AP poll for the first time since 2005. See if they can hang on against the USC team that probably played their best game of the season last week against Arizona State. So I'm going to take Colorado in this one, but this game could definitely go either way. Michigan and Rutgers. I don't think it'll be close. I think Michigan's going to take it by quite a few points, probably at least 30. Alabama and Arkansas. Again, one of the biggest games of the weekend. See if Arkansas is for real, or if they can, give Alabama a tough test this weekend. I'm going to take Alabama in the game, but again, see if Arkansas can at least push them a little bit. Texas Tech and Kansas State, a good mid-tier Big 12 game to watch out for. I'm actually going to take Texas Tech in this one. Patrick Mahomes struggling with a little bit of injury problems, but I don't think that's going to affect them too much. Kansas State looked all right last weekend, but in the end, West Virginia was able to come back against them and defeat them. Georgia and South Carolina. Important SEC matchup for Georgia to finally get a win after, 2 losses in a row now. I'm going to take Georgia in this one. Washington and Oregon. Just by the way things have been going, Washington should blow them out. I actually am putting Washington on upset alert this weekend. I think it's something you have to watch out for. Oregon in years past, while it seems like they've been going downhill, have been able to beat teams like Stanford and even USC while they've been kind of the top tier of the Pac-12. But anyway, I'm going to take Washington nonetheless. Florida State and Miami. Rivalry game. Had a little bit more intrigue a couple weeks ago than they do now after the way Florida State's played. I think Miami's going to take this one, actually. Florida State's obviously dominated this rivalry of late, but I do think Miami's going to win. It'll be a close game, though, nonetheless. Arizona and Utah. I'm going to take Utah in this game. Arizona's been a tough team to figure out this year. Playing Washington close and not being able to really do anything against UCLA last week. So, like I said, I'm going to take Utah. UCLA and Arizona State. Arizona State kind of disappointed me last week after starting the season so well at 4-0. I'm going to take UCLA in this one. UCLA, I think, is starting to find a little bit more consistency after losing to Stanford and Texas A&M, two tough teams, though, and arguably shouldn't have lost to Stanford. But anyway, last game of the weekend to predict Washington State and Stanford. Again, I think Stanford's actually going to win pretty big in this one. Wazoo started to look better now, back at a 500 record, but I'm going to take Stanford in this game. So that'll pretty much do it for my predictions for week 6 of the college football season. I still have my picks against the spread and playoff predictions to do. So anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.